People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of Seven on Twitter and YouTube, People are elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. And here I have a celebratory cake. It's a big cake of watermelon, but it's still cake to me, and it's very, very sweet. Because today is 6 months stroke-free and smoke-free. Hey, I have officially outlasted my prognosis, and I'm celebrating, but that means it's also time for an update. So I'm going to let you in on a lot of stuff that has been going on with me. Most people apparently do not get past 6 months, and then when they do, they can get past another 6 months, and then a year, and then a year, and then a year. But a lot of people don't make it to this point. I have had a couple of issues. Like last week I had a TIA, and because of the 6 month thing, y'all just don't know how scared I was about that. I didn't even let people know that that was an issue. I had a couple of, TIAs that I didn't tell anybody about, but that one Mom's saying, so she took me to the hospital. I have a condition called acquired prosopagnosia, which is the inability to recognize faces. It's kind of mild because I can still recognize faces of people I'm around a lot, like my family, and I could, as soon as I hear a voice, if their face is blank, I can still figure out who they are. And I have aphasia, and one of my tools is I simply just write everything down. Like when I keep messing up my own webpage, well, I read it right off of there, and hopefully that will get better. Numbers have been an issue. It's like I made a couple of batches of soap and then had to cut it up, put it in the crock pot, rebatch. But I'm getting better at that. I have done master batches of the oil, so the only thing I have to worry about is measuring the lye and the water, get out the stick blender, put them together. But by the same token, because of that same issue, I've had a couple of soaps that were extremely light because I didn't add enough color, and some that were a little bit darker than I wanted because I added too much color. So when it comes to the color, I've been eyeballing it. I have a little scoop that basically if I'm making a 5-pound batch, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a particular color, or I'll just put a larger scoop, one color per cup, and then make sure that each cup, measures a certain amount, so that way I can just swirl it or whatever. This is menthol. And I think, no, this is menthol ice, no, extreme ice with a menthol chaser. The menthol is the flavoring, the extreme ice is the nicotine juice, which as of today goes down to 12% instead of 18%. So that step down's going to take a little bit getting used to because I started out at 36% nicotine, which is like the strongest you could get. And I stayed at that level for about 2 weeks, and then I went down to 24. Then about a week later, I decided that was too much, so I went down to 18, and I've been at 18 for the last 4 months. So next cut down is 6%, 12%. I didn't write it down, and I got my mouth mixed up again. 12%. Then there'll be 6%. There's now a 3%, so that means if you don't want to just go from 6 to 0, you couldn't do a, step down to the 3 and then 0 and then just vape your flavors instead of vape your nicotine. So I gave up smoking. I did not give up nicotine quite yet. I do plan to. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? Give me a second. The diagnosis of ET. They found out that's the cause of my stroke and possibly the cause of the subsequent TIAs. And they took my hydria, which was at 500 milligrams a day, up to 1,000 milligrams a day. That's a chemo drug, so it's got me a little nervous. But, hey, what can I do? And they told me, don't stop taking this without authorization. Follow up with your doctor within a week, and follow up with this doctor within 2 weeks, so forth and so on. Before I could even call, they called me. So I have an appointment with the ENT guy because apparently I've developed vertigo. What else? My primary care physician, she left a message. I didn't get back to her because the phone system they have, I tried for 7 minutes and then I got tired of trying to get through, so I'll tackle that first thing in the morning. And, I got to see Dr. Lateef and do my platelet check, and my nurse comes tomorrow and all of that. So it's going to be a busy month. I was going to say week, but it's going on a month. Because also on the 11th, I have the consultation for my teeth. Don't get used to that sight. They're coming out, all of them. Dentures and a perfect smile. I've been waiting on that day forever. First it was, that has to come out. We scheduled your surgery. And then, your insurance didn't come through, so we let you wear off the anesthesia. They could, while I was already out, went on ahead and did it, give me a bill for self-pay, but they didn't do that. And then the new insurance, when I finally got some, said that the money was due up front, so aside from the part they're paying, I had to come up with about $700. I was like, really? I'm a scuba diver, And with this situation and sometimes my jaw kind of goes like that, especially when I'm chewing, and I bite holes in my gums and my teeth and the side of my jaw. And because of the Coumadin and the hydria and the platelet disorder, I just did it. The teeth have to come out because if I bite myself, I can bleed, and the bleeding will not stop. So the new insurance, when Aetna gave up, is now CareSource, and is 100% covered. No copay, no nothing, so that's a blessing. In the meantime, I'm finna go eat my celebratory cake, play in my hair. I was going to take it down, and I'm going, it's been 2 weeks, but it started locking, so I just started refreshing the twist, and I got this much more to do. My halo braid, the halo works. I'm going to show you something. Remember the last time I did a halo measure? That's where it is now. And if I do nothing else, I'm going to do the halo protector, so that way, because that's the part of my hair that breaks off most, and then when it's down and the halo is up, it will look like all my hair is down, except for this part will be braided. This time I moved the part over here. Every 2 or 3 days I move where the halo part, so that way, because if you part your hair in the same spot all the time, you'll notice it'll get thinner in that one spot. So, I already had the issues with the thinning because I used to wear my hair parted right here every day, all day. and right there. And at one point in time, everything was split down the middle. So I moved the parts around so that way those areas can have a chance to, grow back too. Anyway, I said all that to say this. Stay prayed up, stay blessed, and stay tuned. This has been People of Seven on Twitter and YouTube, People of elsewhere on the internet. Yes,